what's up, you guys?
Hey, what's up, you guys? I'm Sydney.
And I'm Easy Breezy.
And we're here with
Adam.
Hey, Adam.
How you guys doing?
Good,
We
how
are
are you?
great.
Very
So
well.
glad we could be here.
I'm
Talk
glad
about
y'all are
Thanks
here.
for having us.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, my name is Adam. I'm from Durham, North Carolina. 24 years old. I'm a fat man at heart. I love to eat.
You know how to cook?
I do know how to cook.
Really?
And not just order the noodles.
Oh.
Not just order the noodles.
Gourmet
Okay.
meals?
Gourmet meals.
Okay.
Cooking chicken, light rice. Because I'm very particular about what I eat just because I'm on a diet.
Mm-hmm.
We should have a cook-off.
Oh.
I ain't gonna win. I ain't that nice. I ain't that nice. What's some more things I can say about myself? I mean, I love music. Who inspired me the most would be Chris Brown.
I can tell.
Really? Don't gas me. Don't gas me.
I can tell.
I'm a big cartoon fan too. A little
What's your
childish
favorite
at
cartoon?
heart.
What's your favorite cartoon?
Adventure Time.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about
I'm
throwbacks?
a little bit nerd. When it comes to throwbacks, Hey Arnold.
Okay.
Okay.
What about Courage
Okay.
Cowardly?
I'm scared.
Ed, and Eddie.
They were hustlers. Absolutely.
Cat? Yeah.
See, I have a twin sister, and we used to call ourselves Cat Dog. That's funny.
Wow. What do you identify as?
I identify as male, and I was born a female.
You're transgender.
Yes,
Okay.
and proud.
How long have you been male?
I've been male. I've been on testosterone now for 4 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yep.
I've never met anybody that's actively gone
Yeah,
through the
me neither.
processes.
Really?
Like I know
Yeah.
people with like thoughts and want to do it,
Mhm.
but nobody that's ever actually done it.
Right.
And been open about it.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what that is, I had a decision a long time ago. Before I even began taking testosterone, I already had it in my head.
Mhm.
I wanted to be open about it.
Wow.
What was that like for you growing up?
What?
Like being female, but
But knowing
knowing
I was a
that you were a male.
It was hard. It was hard because at some point in my life, when I was younger, I could be a boy. I
Mhm.
didn't have titties. I could hang with guys and get my knees scraped up, do what boys do. But then as I got older and I began to develop and puberty hit, I couldn't, and that was a problem for me.
Oh man.
Yes.
Like things was filling out.
Exactly.
That's not who you was trying to be.
No, didn't like it. Everybody was looking forward to getting their boobs, and I was like, dude, yeah, it was hard.
What are you attracted to?
Females.
Females. You
Yes.
got really excited.
Because actually, a lot of guys try to talk to me, a lot of gay males,
Mhm.
but I'm just interested in females.
When you did identify as female, were you a lesbian?
Yes.
Okay.
hmm
Okay.
Did give guys a try.
Mhm.
I did. Yeah.
Okay. How did that go?
Not so well. Now we're here.
So I got a question about now. Do you have any struggles or issues with dating females that identify as lesbian since you identify as a man?
Well, actually, I haven't. As of me being Adam, being on testosterone FTN for 4 months, I haven't dated to really.
To really know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that like a personal, just like I want to focus on my transition, or is that like a
Partially,
Mhm.
yes, partially,
That's just a problem.
because I'm going through a lot of hormonal changes,
Mhm.
and it's gonna take a special woman to be with a trans man, you know, and I understand that.
Right. So you just patiently, going through your transition, just, it's basically like wherever that ends, that ends. You know?
Exactly,
Okay.
and I'm not opposed to it, but again, I'm not just open for anybody. Yeah. Mhm.
How did your family take your transition?
Well, it went in increments because I didn't tell everybody at one time. My twin sister, she was all the way with it. She all the way with anything that I do. Shout out to her. I love you, Andrea. My brother's, his reaction was, you was always a nigga to me because I always been like this. My sister Sherelle, everybody was on board. Now, I even took my grandmother out to breakfast to tell her. Because by that time, I couldn't keep it a secret no more. My voice was dropping. Like, You know, I was getting bigger. I had to tell everybody.
Who did you tell first in your family that you wanted to transition?
My twin sister.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What did she? Well, you of course you said she accepted everything. Like, what was her initial reaction when you said that?
Wow. Yeah. Cause I mean, she was like, "Oh, so I'm losing a sister, getting a brother now." I said, "Yeah." So
Your family all sound like they are super accepting,
Mm-hmm.
and they just are kind of like chill with everything. That stuff that makes you happy.
right, and they are, but you know, they still adjusting. They still
Mhm.
have moments where they're trying to accept it more. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's a walk in the park because it's not.
Right.
It's not. But they're trying, and as
Right.
long as they're trying, that's good enough. So, yeah.
So what happened when you told your grandma?
She was more concerned on the medical aspect of things, and when I told her, it won't just something I could buy from somebody on the street.
Mm-hmm.
She got more comfortable with it. She told me I was handsome. So,
Oh.
yeah, that made me feel good.
Oh, sweet.
Right.
Oh my God. Right.
Yeah,
Right.
just the little things, like just even just saying, you're handsome, like a male term, like that's big, because it just shows that she's trying.
That's
So,
true.
mhm.
Wow. I never thought about that. But what was before 2016? Before Adam transitioned, who was the person before?
Angela.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so as Angela, were you stud? Were you fib? Were you even lesbian?
I was lesbian, but I went through phases
Mhm.
where I was a stud and I was a femme,
Mm-hmm.
if you want to call it those terms.
Mhm.
But yeah, because I had to give it a chance,
Mm-hmm.
and I gave it a chance, and it always led me back to who I truly was.
Right.
No matter how dolled up I got, what heels I put on,
Right. How bad you was looking in the mirror.
how bad, you know what I'm
How many
saying?
numbers you got?
Yeah,
Hello.
yeah.
Then it always felt like.
It didn't matter.
Yeah. Okay. That's pretty dope. So, another question I had about the before was I was watching your channel,
Mhm.
and I seen that you had legally gotten your name changed on your ID and on your
Yes.
social. How do you go from? Do you just go in and just say I want a name change?
The process?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. The process, you go in there and tell them you're doing a legal name change. They don't get too personal.
Mhm.
You do fill out a document. The process took me about a month because it was expedited. Without it being expedited, it would have took like 6 months. But just that whole process, having to leave my name on a bulletin board for 10 days, having to find 2 affidavits of
Mhm.
character that stayed in Wake County for more than 2 years. It was tedious, but I got it done. And
Wow.
it was
Good.
worth it, yeah.
Wow.
I can't even get my gender marker changed until, I have a medical consent form,
Mhm.
basically until I have a surgery.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, it's still kind of cool that you be able
Have my name,
to switch
absolutely.
that out. Yeah, you
Yeah.
have your name, and then soon it's not like it had to be a permanent thing because your ID said, you were Angela and you were female.
Right.
That you always have to be Angela and you always have to be female.
Right,
That's pretty cool.
yes. It's
Mhm.
like you truly changing your identity.
Right.
How
Yeah.
do you feel about the North Carolina new recent transgender laws or lack thereof, or rights or lack thereof, shall we say?
I really think it's common sense that if a trans man looks like a man, he needs to go in the bathroom. And if a trans man, within reason, looks enough like a female, then it needs to go to a female bathroom. I don't really think I think it was thought too deeply on that. It wasn't that serious, it wasn't that deep. And I get where, I actually understand where people are getting their concerns from. But, I'm not gonna go in a women's bathroom. I'm not. So, I mean, it's common sense to me.
To me, I would like to speak a little bit on that.
Yeah.
Please.
To me, it's just like, first of all, before these quote unquote laws were put into place, people were doing their own thing, things like that. Creeps can go in. It's been this way, and creeps are in all genders and shapes and sizes.
Right.
So you can't say like, oh, if I put this person in this bathroom, nothing's gonna happen to my child.
It's almost like saying because they came out with this, with, you know, the fact of transgender actually being what it is, and acknowledging transgender, that it's, oh, okay, well, this can happen, and this can happen, and this can happen, when in reality,
like transgender people,
right,
or, you know, people that decide just to wear a certain thing have just showed up on Earth, like they just got here, like y'all haven't been using the bathrooms that you've been using, like that you're comfortable with. Like, why shouldn't it matter? At the end of the day, if you're so scared about, you know, where, you know, you're using the public bathroom, or where your child's using the public bathroom, then maybe you should be in a different place. Like, maybe you should, you know, take them to a different place, maybe like a one-stall bathroom. But at the end of the day, no matter how you shake up the genders and where you want them to go, stuff still happens regardless. And that's
facts
about it.
I just want to say one thing, that people are so in fear of us, but people are trying to slaughter us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's not even us that's scaring them. They're scaring us.
Right.
You know, we're in fear. You know, so if anything, you know, we're the ones that need safety.
Right. Right.
And laws. Your journey with testosterone. How did that go? What is that like? What do you do? Like, do you inject yourself? Like, I was watching some of your videos. Well, I was watching all your videos. Right. Not front. Like, I was sitting there, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was. But just tell us a little bit about that.
Well, how it goes is every Wednesday, I inject myself with 3 milligrams of testosterone. My needle's about this long, and at first I was putting it in my thigh, but it wasn't enough muscle there, wasn't enough fat there, so it hurt. So I began putting it in my butt, and do it every Wednesday.
Wow.
It does not hurt. I just don't like the fact of actually putting a needle in my ass. I'm gonna just put it like that.
It makes you feel some type of way,
It does.
like it's something else.
Yeah, it does, honestly.
Where, like, do you have to, like, squeeze it or something?
No. I just... Yep.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is it like a...
Does it all have to go in?
Yeah.
Is it like a long hole? Because, you know, like when people take like insulin and things like that, it's kind of like a slow hole. It's like, yeah, or is it just kind of like stick and go?
Yeah, I mean, the substance that I'm using is thick. So I can't just, I gotta like
Hold
push,
it.
yeah.
Wow.
And it has to get in a muscle, so I have to like put the needle all the way in, and then when I, you know, pull it out, it's over with.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I haven't let anybody see me do it. Yeah.
Do you have to prepare the needle yourself?
Yeah, I do.
And, like, suck the gel out?
I do.
Wow. What kind of advice would you give to someone out there that wants to transition, or they're pretty sure that they're going to transition, but they don't know where to start, or they got questions, or they need to know, like, what's the pros, what's the cons? Like, what would you say?
I would tell them to do their research. Actually, prior to me transitioning, I was on this for like 3-4 years. Before I transitioned, I knew I wanted to transition. Do your research, watch people YouTube channels, ask within the community. And if you have a hard time coming out, you gotta make a decision. You gonna live for you or them.
That's true.
And if you live for them, you ain't gonna be happy.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? And I know transitioning, it's not a walk in the park.
Right.
You're transitioning. So it's also, it's pressure on you, but are you ready to live in your truth and that outcome? Are you ready to get what you've been missing? That's what I tell myself. You know what I'm saying? You gotta stay motivated through this process. You know, support is imperative. So I definitely feel like any bros out there, I'll call them young men, any young men out there ready to live in your truth, go for it. 'Cause it's rewarding.
Right.
I look in the mirror every day. I used to be depressed. I look in the mirror every day and I'm happy. You know, days are different. People, the universe responds to me differently now. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm happy. I think differently. So, I mean, it's rewarding. It's a hell of a process, but it's rewarding.
So what are some of the pros and cons of the process?
The time. Having to go through the state and doctors and damn therapists and getting consent. All that. It's stressful, man. But you know, you keep looking at that. You got tunnel vision because you see the outcome or what you want the outcome to be, so that keeps you moving forward.
Okay. So thank you, Adam, so much for taking the time to sit down with us and talk to us about it.
Yes.
It always takes one person, you know, that has the courage enough to speak up and speak out that can change a bunch of lives. I just want everybody to be able to subscribe to your channel.
Please.
So, where is it that they can find you on YouTube? And if you could tell them a little bit about what you do on your channel.
Well, my YouTube channel is for inspirational and motivational purposes only. And it's also to educate people on what trans is and what it looks like. You can find me on YouTube, Adam Cameron.
Okay.
Yep.
And other than YouTube, where else can we find you?
Next guy up, Instagram, Snapchat King California. No I.
Don't forget, because y'all always forget to
like, comment, and subscribe.
Make sure you subscribe to Adam and his channel.
Very good channel.
Just check it out every time he drops a video. Y'all come back and see us. We'll always be here. Questions, comments, and concerns, feel free.